Freedom Under Fire, A Tale of Solidarity and Resilience. CanadaIceWatching.net, along with our family, sends heartfelt condolences and unwavering respect to the people of California. As devastating wildfires consume your communities, Canadians stand in solidarity with you, offering love and support during this challenging time. We see your struggle, and we feel your pain, reminding us all of the fragile threads that bind us as neighbors. My connection to California is deeply personal. In the early 1980s, I worked at Westminster Hyundai, a dealership that held the title of the top in the world. California was more than a workplace, it became a second home, full of vibrancy, ambition, and promise. On my days off, I would often cross the border into Mexico, exploring the lively streets of Tijuana in one of the hottest cars from the lot. I vividly remember an incident at the border. My Canadian plates and business cards caught the attention of a border agent, sparking confusion and a need for explanation. It was a light-hearted moment, but also a stark reminder of how interconnected, and at times misunderstood, our North American relationships can be. As a new administration prepares to lead the United States, the weight of leadership's trajectory looms heavy. The incoming president has openly praised authoritarian figures such as Hitler and Putin, names synonymous with oppression, control, and the silencing of dissent. These aren't allegations born of speculation, these are documented statements that demand scrutiny. When words exalt tyranny, actions often follow in their shadow. This is more than rhetoric, it's a calculated strategy. Distraction and diversion are tools wielded with precision, drawing attention away from the erosion happening at home. While headlines focus on manufactured crises and external threats, the pillars of democracy are quietly chipped away. Ask yourself, if a leader consolidates unchecked power, what compels them to surrender it? Without vigilance, January 6th may serve only as a precursor to darker days ahead. The alienation of allies is a troubling symptom of this strategy. Recent remarks have targeted Canada and Mexico, nations that have historically stood as partners and friends. Proposals to impose heavy tariffs under the guise of combating drug trafficking or addressing border security are not solutions, they are provocations. Suggesting the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America or offering statehood as a substitute for sovereignty are not just absurd, they are affronts to the dignity of nations with their own proud identities. Despite this, Canada and Mexico continue to embody the spirit of unity and resilience. When California was engulfed by flames, both nations responded without hesitation, extending aid and solidarity in a time of need. Mexico's firefighters arrived with skill and compassion, bearing flags that symbolized hope and partnership. Their actions transcended borders, serving as a reminder of the profound humanity that connects us. Canada also rose to the occasion, pledging resources, personnel, and steadfast support. Prime Minister Trudeau's words were clear: Canada stands ready to help. The Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre coordinated with California's officials, ensuring aid was both timely and impactful. History offers lessons we must not ignore. Consider the rise of Vladimir Putin. In 1999, a series of devastating apartment bombings in Russia, attributed to Chechen militants, solidified his image as a strong and decisive leader. Yet investigative reports suggest these attacks may have been orchestrated by Russian security services, a chilling strategy to justify war, consolidate power, and suppress opposition. These events laid the groundwork for a regime built on fear, disinformation, and the elimination of dissent. Could similar tactics take root here? The tools of fear and disinformation are as effective as ever. Manufactured crises, external scapegoats, and relentless propaganda are designed to erode trust and silence resistance. The parallels are unnerving, and the stakes could not be higher. The question is, will Americans recognize the warning signs and act before it's too late? Democracy thrives on vigilance, accountability, and unity. It is not self-sustaining, it requires the active participation of its people. To the people of California, know that you are not alone. Canadians stand with you, sending resources, support, and love. To the citizens of the United States, this is your moment to rise, to question the motives behind the rhetoric, to demand transparency, and to hold leadership accountable. This is a defining moment, one that will shape the course of history. Together, we can protect democracy. Together, we can reject fear and division. Together, we can build a future defined by resilience and solidarity. It begins with recognizing the power of unity and the necessity of speaking truth to power. CanadaIceWatching.net stands as a beacon for those who believe in justice, truth, and freedom. Our shared history and values remind us that adversity can only strengthen the bonds of those who stand united. In the face of challenge, unity remains our greatest weapon. Let's face this moment with courage and determination. Let's rise to the challenge, hand in hand, as neighbors, allies, and guardians of democracy. Big hugs and love from CanadaIceWatching.net.